Good morning, everybody. This is Jacob Rakowski. Hopefully, you guys can hear me clearly. If you can, go ahead and comment a little thumbs up right there. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me clearly. And if you're jumping on the replay, go ahead and comment hashtag replay for me. If you're coming from North America, go ahead and comment a number 1. If you're coming from Europe, or somewhere over there, go ahead and comment at 2. If you're coming from Asia, comment at 3. If you're coming from Australia, comment 4. And if you're coming from anywhere else, comment 5. Beatrice, nice to see you. Tanner, nice to see you. Hira, nice to see you, my friend. Hope you guys are all doing well. Veronica, nice to see you in Budapest. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, anyways, I'm going to talk to you guys about a couple quick tips on traveling the world. I'm actually here in Budapest, Hungary right now at this lovely flat. It's an Airbnb. It's like $30 a day or something like that. Colton, nice to see you. And it's really amazing to be in such a beautiful place. This flat is absolutely awesome, fully equipped with 2 stories, living room, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, second bed. David, nice to see you. Closets, all that stuff. The whole entertainment system, all that stuff. Nikki, nice to see you. And it's a really cool thing. Shauna, nice to see you. To be able to travel the world. And by the way, if you guys are jumping on right now, comment at number 1 if you're coming from North America. Comment at 2 if you're coming from Europe. Comment at 3 if you're coming from Asia. 4 Australia. And 5 anywhere else in the world. David, it's super nice to see you. See you very soon. But yeah, Nikki, can't wait to see you in Vegas. Maruna, nice to see you. So, really quick tips for you guys on traveling. Number 1 is go with Airbnb. That's my absolute recommendation. If you are not familiar with Airbnb, it's well, Nikki, Hawaii is in North America, but we'll call that a 5 because you're just way out there. By the way, I want to go to Hawaii very soon. But my number 1 tip for traveling is absolutely to go with Airbnb. Airbnb makes the world. Why haven't you been to LA lately? Man, that's a good question. I probably should visit LA soon. In fact, I was just in Venice Beach about a year ago and I loved it. So I don't know why not. Maybe I should go out there. If I do, please let me know when works, and I'd love to come check it out. Show me the coolest spots because I'm not too familiar with LA. Taking the gym, man, that'd be great. Love to go to the gym. Gym is awesome. So, back to the point. Airbnb. Airbnb is amazing. Absolutely, I'd love to go to the gym. Let's do it. Message me, man. I'm down. So, nonetheless, when you're traveling, one of the most important things is, in my mind, even though the ability is there to stay at the nice hotels and the places that we all, see, whatever, blah, 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 I'm a person that values being smart. And Airbnb, in my mind, is at least 1/5 the price, and you're most cases going to get the exact same thing. Nikki, I would love to come to Hawaii too. Please let me know. Let me know just when and where, and I'm there. But this place that I'm at right now, I have my own stove, my own fridge, my own coffee maker, all those things. And in a normal hotel, even if it's a $150 hotel per night, $200, $300 per night, I'm not going to have a stove. I'm not going to have, most likely, my own real fridge freezer. And I'm very limited. And I'm a person who absolutely needs those things. On top of that, I've got way more space for like a 1/5 or a 1/10 of the price. I mean, it's kind of messy in here, so I'm not going to show you guys, but it's really, really nice. And I've got more space than I would at a $150 or even $300 hotel. And I've got this whole place to myself versus just staying in a single room at a hotel or a single room at an Airbnb, which you can do as well. But comment below if you've used Airbnb before and tell me about your experiences with it, because there are some keys to using Airbnb when you're traveling. And number 1 is read the reviews. You have got to read the reviews. I've stayed at horrible Airbnbs where I would absolutely have not you couldn't have paid me to stay there. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And that was my bad because I didn't read the reviews, or I didn't consider what the reviews said when I did read them. I've stayed at Airbnbs where there's construction going on like right upstairs. I've stayed at Airbnbs that are just horrible. And it's really not worth your money to do that. So I wouldn't recommend doing that, but I would recommend reading the reviews, going through there, seeing exactly what is said about them, and as long as it gets all good reviews, go ahead and do it. Number two, on the Airbnbs, is check if the person is a superhost, because if the person is a superhost, they're doing this as a business and they know how to make things very, very nice for travelers that are coming through. So my second tip is to try to find somebody that you know. Try to connect with somebody that you know in an area that you're traveling to, especially if you're traveling without anybody with you, because if you're doing that, then it makes it 1,000 times easier to see all of the places and go to the best spots and, find the best restaurants and save yourself the effort of, being lost for days or weeks trying to figure out, where the spots are, where the nice areas of town are, what the sites are to see, all that stuff. You don't even have to leave it up to research. Just try to connect with somebody who lives there, and the world is so connected nowadays. I mean, if you felt okay with it, go on the city or country's name that you're going to and search people that live there, and send friend requests to people who live in the places that you're going and connect with them and build a friendship with them. And if you feel comfortable and they feel comfortable, when you land, try to get their assistance or just befriend them and have them show you around the place, see where everything is. And it's basically like you have already lived there because you're with somebody who already has lived there and knows everything about that area, so they can shortcut the process for you to go around and see the places that you want to see and not waste your time looking for all that stuff and trying to learn the language and all that stuff. Number three, suggestion for traveling the world is if you're going somewhere, you've got to speak English. And if you're listening to this video, I know you speak English, I'm sure. But if you know English, you can pretty much get by anywhere. But my sub tip on that is if you're going to a place, for example, like Budapest, Hungary, a lot of people speak very little English. And it's very helpful to either, number one, download Google Translator on your phone. So when you go to the store and you say, where are the blueberries? Where is the eggs? Where are the bananas? You can look on your little Google Translator and then say that in that language. If you're in Japan, which I'm not even sure you can read the Japanese writing, or if you're in, Australia is pretty English actually, or if you're in, I don't know, Romania, or Italy, or Ukraine, or Russia, or Africa, or wherever you're going, Mexico. If you use Google Translator, you can literally speak to anybody as long as you're at least coming close to pronouncing the words right. You can even literally take your phone out and show the person right there what you're trying to say, and they'll read it and they'll go, oh yeah, I can help you. But it helps to know a few key phrases, such as, how are you? My name is Jacob. What's your name? Marcelo, nice to see you. And just ask, the basic questions, say the basic statements. Things like thank you, good morning, just simple things like that. And if you can do that, you're going to get very far, much better. And that's definitely going to help you. And what is tip number 4? Tip number 4 is just do it now. Do it now. Guys, we all have the desire to go see places in the world and see places we've never seen before, make friends, and just have fun with it. Cornelia, good morning. Nice to see you. We all have the desire to get around the world and see the places that we've never seen before, but unless you're on your calendar, it's not real. It doesn't exist. So my suggestion would be for the trips that you want to take is do what some people do, and that's plan out your entire year on a calendar. Nice to see you, Marcelo. I'm doing good, just here in Hungary, actually. But my tip would be to put it on your calendar. At the beginning of every year, sit down and look at a 12-month calendar and plan out your year. Plan out what's going to happen. Plan out when you can take trips at each time of the year. And I've done that very specifically for business, for life, for a lot of different things. But my suggestion would be to do that exact thing. Instead of trying to plan it last minute, you always spend 10 times the money doing everything last minute. But what I've done for this entire year is most of my trips, good morning, most of my trips are either booked, paid for, or at least thoroughly, concretely on the calendar. And if I haven't booked a flight yet, it's because I've researched and checked out and saw that by waiting, I can actually save money on that trip. But if you're going to book Airbnbs, Clay, nice to see you. I'm here in Budapest, Hungary. My tip would be, if you're going to book Airbnbs, book people with the flexible cancellation policy, because if you cancel with them, you get just about all your money back, and there's no cancellation, no nothing. And do it in advance, because once places are gone and filled up, they're gone and filled up. And to try to get a last-minute spot at a place like, for example, Budapest, Hungary, very, very last minute, or in, I don't know, Minneapolis in the summer where I'm going, or in Toronto in the summer, or Vancouver in the summer, all those places, it can be very challenging, and you'll end up paying 2, 3, 4 times the price. So book well in advance if you possibly can. So 4 tips: use Airbnb, read the reviews. Okay. Number 2, try to meet somebody, find somebody in those areas, add them on Facebook, connect with them, see if they can show you around. Number 3 would be learn the language at all means necessary. Claudia, nice to see you. By any means necessary, learn the language, get Google Translator. Number 4 tip that I gave you guys was put it on your calendar, because if you don't, it's not real. If you don't put it on your calendar, it's not real. It's not going to happen. So anyways, that's what I'm doing here today. I'll be sure to show you guys lots of photos. James, nice to see you, my friend. I'll show you guys lots of photos, lots of videos, lots of sites, everything that I am experiencing here in Budapest, Hungary. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Hopefully these tips help you. If you took value and you have a friend who wants to travel, then yeah, see you soon, Nikki. I can't wait to be in Vegas and be there with the whole family in just 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, Mary Cruz, nice to see you. Mary Cruz, what are you doing up so late? It's late in America. It's very early here in Hungary, but it's very late in America. What are you doing up? Must have been drinking some good coffee or something. But anyways, what was I going to say? Oh yes, if anybody took value out of this and you have a friend who's wanted to travel, send this quick guide to them. 10 minutes, keys to traveling the world in a smart way too. And definitely a smart way too, because many times people look at the cost of doing something, but the world is so globalized that you can get anything for very reasonable price nowadays. Airbnb, I'm staying here for 10 days, and I believe my total cost for 10 days is like $300. And if I booked a nice hotel, I could have only had a day or 2. Alex, my brother, nice to see you, versus an entire 10-day trip here at an Airbnb, which I believe is actually better. So traveling is the spice of life, and if you want to travel, then go ahead and I don't know, send this in a message to somebody that you want to travel with. Share this video in a message to somebody you want to travel with, and they'll say, yeah, let's go travel together. Or maybe you post this on your page and say, who wants to go traveling? I would love to go take this trip with you guys. Thank you, Alex. Man, we need to catch up, by the way, man. I remember seeing you, like, what was it, 6 months ago, and we planned on something, but we never ended up getting together to play basketball or anything like that. But man, it'll be cool to see you when I get back in town. But anyways, with all that said, guys, it's increasing your GQ, and by GQ, I'd term that as IQ, intelligence quotient, EQ, emotional quotient, and your GQ is your global quotient. You need to have a global quotient in the world that we live in today. Why? Because people all over the world are making things happen now. It's not just in America or the European power countries or the Asian power countries anymore. It's all over the world that people are doing things. Everything is very, very similar, and you'll find that the more places you go, the more similar we all are. So go check out the world. Go take a trip this year that you can post and write about and remember and share with your future family about what you did, the places you went, the things you experienced, and the people you met, and the changes that it's made in you. Traveling absolutely grows you so much. I'm really grateful to have done quite a bit of seeing of this wonderful world we live in. So I'm gonna probably go back to bed actually, because it's like 8:45 a.m. and I've been up since like 5:40 a.m. My body's all mixed up on the time. I landed yesterday at 11:40. I went to bed at 1:30. I slept till 7:30 p.m. and then I got up and went to eat, and then I went to bed at 1. So my body's trying to catch up. But nonetheless, that's another thing. Plan to sleep when you get to somewhere across the world. Plan to sleep. Your body's going to be confused. So with that said, love you all. Have a beautiful day. God bless.